think? Ancient Mayan temple off the beaten path?
I want to go.
I'm in.
This feels weird, Jeff. Why won't they come near us?
This was a place of sacrifice.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
It still is.
Did you see that? Something's on me.
They won't let us leave.
Why are they doing this?
It has something to do with the ruins.
Based on the terrifying bestseller.
Get off me! It's inside me. I want to cut it.
The Ruins.
I'm not okay. You keep saying I'm okay. I'm not okay. Why won't you look at me?
This is Brian, ScreenFiles.com and Review. And if I could be a little hyperbolic, these are indeed days of wonder. I mean, whenever in movie history literally has a horror movie such as Get Out and essentially Creature from the Black Lagoon, Guillermo del Toro's Shape of Water, been nominated for an Academy Award. This is just remarkable, and I wish them all the best. Though that's not what I'm here to talk about today. What I'm talking about today is a movie that you probably have not seen. A movie that was made in 2008 and is probably, I would argue, one of the... Okay, I said I try not to be hyperbolic, and I'm about to do exactly that. But this movie has to rank among, I think, one of the best horror movies ever made. What? Yeah, indeed, it's that freaking good. And that movie is 2008's The Ruins, directed by Carter Smith and based on a novel by Scott Smith. Not related, as far as I'm aware. In any case, the movie deals with things that other movies have dealt before. A bunch of innocent young people go off to a place and essentially get killed. But here's where The Ruins shines. It's well cast and very well acted, which means that each performance gives you a hint, a look into what that person is about. So the characters come out very three-dimensional. And as I said, on the surface, The Ruins appears pretty much cliched. Again, a bunch of young people go to visit a place, or in this case, a temple in Mexico, where they end up being killed. But The Ruins is so much more than that. And let's for a moment look at what it's about. Again, they visit a temple. But at this temple, once they get there, they're not allowed to leave. And that's the fascinating part about this movie. The creature itself, which is essentially a killer plant. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, a killer plant? Oh my God, it's the Happening all over again. No, it's not. Because while M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening was a pretty bad movie when all is said and done, interesting moments, bad movie. The Ruins actually is logical, in the sense that in this movie, as I said earlier, there are killer plants. And that may sound laughable, but killer plants exist in nature. For instance, you have the Venus flytrap, which eats insects, and so on and so forth. You have the pitcher plant, which also eats insects. And there are very different varieties of these two plants. But the point being, carnivorous plants aren't a myth. Carnivorous plants are very real. They're just not of a scale to harm a human. But picture, I mentioned the Venus flytrap earlier. Now picture a Venus flytrap, but giant. What would it eat? It would eat larger animals. Larger insects, to be sure, but larger animals as well. Pitcher plant, same logic. It would eat larger things. The bigger the plant, the larger its prey would be. So, the idea of killer plants is not far-fetched. And in the ruins, they take it to the next level, in that these plants that are on this pyramid in Mexico feed on humans. But the Indians in the area are well aware of it. So what they've done is they've salted the earth. Plants can't grow in salted earth, so that prevents it from moving beyond the temple. And they have trapped anyone who visits the temple. If you go, you're not leaving. Tourists check in, but they don't check out. And it's such a cool concept. And what happens after that is they try to cope and try to deal with what's going on around them. And it's such a clever movie. And it's such a... If you're into body horror, it's great. Because it does all sorts of interesting and icky things with the human body and these plants. And what's fascinating also, I mentioned the Venus flytrap and the pitcher plant earlier, is that these plants mimic human sounds. They can mimic cell phones. They can even mimic human voices. Point being, they mimic their prey. They do things to draw their prey to them. It's a fascinating movie. It's a great movie. And it's a movie that does not get the props that it should get. In fact, as I said, I think this rank among the best horror movies made, period. It's lean, it's mean, it's nasty, it's gory. It's a good time at the movies. But for whatever reason, it doesn't get the props. Carter Smith, I'm not aware of directing anything recently, and that's a pity, because I would love to see Carter Smith interpret, let's say, Stephen King's It, or something else episodic, because he has such a grasp of the material, and he's not squeamish, which with this type of material really works. To have seen his interpretation of It, for instance, I think would have been great. I think It was overrated and underwhelming. To have seen someone like Carter Smith on it, I think it would have been remarkable. So if you have not seen The Ruins, prepare yourself. This movie is gory, it's fun, it's suspenseful, it's creepy. You will not look at your plants the same way again. You will love it. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. Peace.